Alan was a good man, a kind soul. He worked hard, always had a smile, and loved with his whole heart. When he met Lawanda, a single mother of two, he saw a family in need. He vowed to love and protect them, to be the father figure her children never had.
You're a blessing, Alan, an angel sent from heaven.
Lawanda, with her warm smile and gentle touch, seemed grateful for Alan's love. Alan believed her. He showered her and her children with affection, gifts, and unwavering support. He worked double shifts to provide for them, to give them the life they deserved. Every dollar he earned was for their happiness, for their future. He held nothing back, trusting Lawanda completely with his heart and his finances. Life seemed perfect, a portrait of love and happiness. Alan felt truly blessed. Lawanda was adept at playing the part. She showered Alan with affection when he was around, her voice filled with gratitude and love. She encouraged his bond with her children, fostering a picture-perfect family image. Alan basked in this warmth, believing he had found true happiness. He cherished the family dinners, the laughter shared, the feeling of belonging and love that surrounded him. He took pride in caring for Lawanda's children, teaching them right from wrong, playing catch in the yard, being the father figure he never had. He poured his heart and soul into the family, blind to the truth lurking beneath the surface.
Dad, can we play catch? I love you, Dad!
The children too seemed to adore Alan. They called him Dad without hesitation, their hugs filled with warmth. Alan felt like he had everything he ever wanted. Time, however, began to reveal inconsistencies, small cracks in the facade of their seemingly perfect life. Lawanda became increasingly secretive, her phone a constant companion, always within her grasp, as if it held the key to her hidden world. She would often leave the room to take calls, her voice hushed, her demeanor changing from relaxed to tense in an instant. Alan noticed these changes, a seed of doubt planted in his heart, growing with each passing day. He questioned Lawanda, his voice laced with concern, hoping for a reassuring answer that never came.
Lawanda, is everything all right? Who are you talking to? Why are you so secretive?
She would brush off his worries, her explanations vague, her reassurances lacking conviction, leaving Alan more confused than before. He saw unfamiliar charges on their bank statements, expensive purchases he knew he hadn't made, adding to his growing unease.
What are these charges, Lawanda? We didn't discuss these. Why are there so many unexplained expenses?
They're necessities for the children, Alan. Don't worry about it. It's all for their well-being.
When he confronted Lawanda, she claimed they were necessities for the children, her voice laced with irritation, as if his questions were an unwelcome intrusion. Alan, blinded by love and trust, pushed his doubts aside, convincing himself that she was telling the truth. He wanted to believe her, to hold onto the image of the perfect family they had created, a picture of happiness and unity. But the seed of suspicion, once planted, had taken root, growing steadily in the shadows of his heart, casting a long, dark shadow over their lives. Late at night, when Lawanda slept, Alan found himself replaying her evasive answers, her secretive phone calls. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, a truth hidden beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect life. His friends noticed his growing unease.
You all right, man? You seem off.
Just stressed.
Alan, hesitant to betray his doubts, would brush off their concerns. But the whispers of doubt continued to plague him. He started noticing Lawanda's absences, her excuses becoming more frequent, her explanations less convincing. The seed of suspicion, once small and insignificant, had blossomed into a monstrous weed, threatening to choke the love he felt. One evening, while Lawanda was out, a sleek, expensive car pulled into their driveway, its headlights cutting through the twilight. A man emerged, tall and muscular, with an air of confidence that screamed trouble. His presence was imposing, almost as if he was used to commanding attention wherever he went.
Who is this guy? What does he want here?
Alan watched from the window, a knot of dread forming in his stomach. He had a bad feeling about this unexpected visitor, and his instincts were rarely wrong. The man, Jacori, walked with a swagger, entering their home as if he owned it. His confidence was unsettling, and it only fueled Alan's growing unease. Alan felt a surge of anger, of protectiveness for his home, for Lawanda, for the children he believed were his. He couldn't let this stranger disrupt their lives. He met Jacori at the door, his voice tight with restrained fury. He had to stand his ground for the sake of his family.
What do you think you're doing here? This is my home.
You must be the help. I'm here to see Lawanda.
Jacori, unfazed by Alan's presence, greeted him with a smirk. His dismissive attitude was infuriating, and it took all of Alan's self-control to keep his composure. Before Alan could respond, Lawanda entered the house, her eyes widening in shock at the sight of both men. The tension in the room was palpable. In that instant, the truth crashed down upon Alan like a tidal wave, washing away his blissful ignorance, leaving behind a wreckage of betrayal and pain. He realized that his life would never be the same again.
What's going on, Lawanda?
Alan's voice was low, dangerous. The love he felt moments ago had evaporated, replaced by a bitter cocktail of anger and hurt. Lawanda stammered, her eyes darting between Alan and Jacori. She tried to speak, to explain, but the words caught in her throat, choked by guilt and deceit.
She's with me, old man. Always has been.
The children, witnessing the confrontation, emerged from their rooms, their faces etched with confusion and fear. Alan looked at them, at the family he had loved and cherished, and felt a pain so profound it threatened to consume him.
Those are my kids, old man, and this is my woman. You've been played.
Jacori's words shattered Alan's world. The following days were a blur of pain and anger. Alan confronted Lawanda, demanding answers, seeking an explanation for the elaborate web of lies she had spun.
Why, Lawanda? Why did you do this to me, to us?
I never loved you, Alan. I used you for your money, for the stability you provided.
Her tears, however, held no remorse, only a desperate attempt to salvage her situation.
I can't believe this. I feel sick. Betrayed by the woman I loved, by the children I raised as my own.
The life he had built, the love he had nurtured, all felt like a cruel joke. He packed his belongings, leaving behind the remnants of a life built on lies. The house, once filled with laughter and love, now echoed with the silence of betrayal. Alan found himself lost, adrift in a sea of pain and anger. He couldn't comprehend how someone could be so callous, so devoid of remorse.
How could she do this to me? The weight of her betrayal, it's crushing me.
The weight of Lawanda's betrayal pressed down on him, threatening to crush his spirit. He isolated himself from friends and family, unable to face their pitying glances, their knowing nods. The pain was too raw, the wound of betrayal too deep. Sleep offered no escape, haunted by nightmares of Lawanda's deceit, of the children's laughter turning into mocking echoes.
I'm trapped in this cycle of pain. I can't move on. I can't forgive.
Time, however, heals all wounds, even the deepest ones. It moves at its own pace, often slower than we wish, but it is relentless and unwavering. Slowly, painstakingly, Alan began to pick up the pieces of his shattered heart. Each fragment represented a memory, a moment of pain, but also a step towards healing. He started therapy, seeking guidance, a way to navigate the treacherous terrain of his emotions. The sessions were tough, but they provided a map to understanding his inner turmoil.
I need help. I can't keep pretending everything is okay. I can't do this alone. The weight is too much to bear by myself.
He reconnected with friends and family, their unwavering support a lifeline in his time of need. They became his anchor, grounding him when he felt adrift. They listened without judgment, offering words of comfort, reminding him of his worth, of the goodness that resided within him. Their presence was a constant reminder that he was not alone.
Thank you all for being here. Your support means more than words can express. I don't know what I'd do without you. You've given me strength when I had none.
Learning to trust again felt like learning to walk again after a terrible fall. Each step was tentative, filled with fear of falling once more. It was a slow, arduous process, filled with setbacks and moments of doubt. But every stumble was a lesson, every fall a chance to rise stronger. But with each step forward, with each act of kindness extended and received, Alan felt a glimmer of hope ignite within him. The warmth of human connection began to mend his broken spirit.
Maybe, just maybe, I can learn to trust again. And this time it will be different, stronger, and more resilient.
The experience, though devastating, had changed Alan. He emerged from the wreckage of betrayal stronger, more resilient. He had stared into the abyss of heartbreak and emerged not unscathed, but unbroken.
I've learned so much from this. I know my worth now, and I won't let anyone take that away from me.
He learned the importance of self-worth, of setting boundaries, of recognizing red flags. He vowed to never again allow himself to be blinded by love, to trust blindly without questioning, without safeguarding his heart.
I won't let this happen again. I deserve better.
Alan's story is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable betrayal, the human spirit can endure. It is a testament to the power of resilience, of finding the strength to forgive, to heal, and to love again, this time with eyes wide open.
I will love again, but this time I'll be wiser, stronger.